Hello, fellow YouTubers, J-Bo here, and I'm going to do a video today on a Smith & Wesson that is in the title of the video, and it's a very good handgun, and this nice little inside the waistband holster that I have for this, which clicks in the front, and I appendix carry, so this is inside my waistband on the front of me. Everybody's different, and I am right-handed. But this is the Smith & Wesson SD40 VE. So it's one of those things that's a very cool firearm that was affordable, and it's also accurate. It's also extremely reliable. I have fired tons of rounds to this, not had one single malfunction, which is why I carry it. And there's another reason why I carry it, and this is an important one, is should you ever be in a self-defense shooting, chances are they're going to take the firearm into evidence if there's some kind of question on whether it was justified or not. And personally, I would not want something very expensive to be kept. So this was under $400, and it's been very good. It works very well. It's durable, and everything functions. We'll check make sure it's clear. It's very clear. As you can see, it's got a nice polished ramp. So it does have an indicator. You just look in here, and you can see if there's a round chambered. And there's no safety. I wanted a carry gun with no safety. And the reason why I wanted that is you really don't know how you're going to react when something happens until it happens. And I've never had anything like that happen where I had to pull a handgun in defense with adrenaline and all this stuff. And I don't know what would happen if I had to fumble around with a safety. Would I remember there was a safety? You know, it's one of those things. So basically, this is just pull and shoot. And the other thing I like about it, and is what some people complain about these, is the trigger pull. See, look at all that creep and take up. And it's got that flexible joint in the trigger, which Smith & Wesson uses on some of their firearms. And I like it because it has that take up. And the reason why I like that is this particular, I don't know what the pound pull is on this, but I do know that it was designed to have a little bit of a stiffer pull. So if you're pulling this on somebody, you're going to have to intend on using it. So you're not going to accidentally shoot somebody by pulling on the trigger. A hair trigger would go off by accident. And it is a self-defense firearm for carry, and it was designed for new shooters, basically. So it's kind of like a built-in safety by making sure that you are going to pull it. And the reset, see, there's quite a bit of travel for the reset. So I like this firearm. It shoots well, hit what I'm aiming at, and 40 caliber, it does have a little bit of a recoil, but it's also, if you know how to shoot, it's manageable. And you get a nice stiff grip with your hand and the crotch of it there, nice and stiff. And it's pretty good. I like it. And I also like the sights. I like the 3-dot sight. And I'm using this on a black background for a reason. To show you why I like 3 dots. Whether it's going to be fiber optics or just plain white dots, you can see how that front dot moves around. So you know you're going to miss if you do this, and you're going to miss if you do that. But if you sit that right where you're used to, like for this gun, it's right about there. You can see how the dot moves. That's very cool, and that's what you want to see if you like this style of sights. Now this, when I got it, I was not hitting what I wanted to hit exactly, so I don't remember which way I shoved this, but I tapped it out and moved it. It's not held down by a set screw. And this is all just very, very easy to use for people. And I really enjoyed this handgun. So it does have a rail, a short little Piccadilly. And you can probably put a light on here if you want, but I don't mess with any stuff like that. And we got the mag release here, which I want to take a second to talk about the mags before I break this down, show you how it comes apart. Now, a lot of people don't like these magazines. They look good, they function well, and I can tell you this firearm has not had one single malfunction using this, not one, which is why I like to carry it, because I know it's going to work. It doesn't matter what type of 40 caliber ammo I've run through it, cheap stuff, good stuff, flat nose, whatever, hollow points, everything functions in this damn thing. I love it. I feel very safe and confident with it. So, at the range, I like to use a Canik TP9SA. It's got kind of a hair trigger on it. It's either very broken in or it's been modified. I bought it used, and that handgun has thousands of rounds through it without a malfunction either, but technically probably is a better handgun than this one. But I like this one for carry because of the trigger, because of the shortness of it, and if you're going to pull the trigger on this, you're going to be sure you're going to use it. And I have practiced with this, and I know how it is, and that's really important. I feel very safe and confident. But anyway, these magazines, we got 14 rounds, double stack, obviously, and it contributes very much to the reliability is having a good magazine, because that's where most of your problems come from. And you can see it says SD40 on there, not to be confused with the 9s. And this is the defense ammo that I carry, some Spear law enforcement type. I remember when I bought that box, it's about 1.5 years ago. I should probably rotate the ammo out, but you see, I don't hear it shaking. And here's the problem that people have with these. Is you put the magazine in, still nothing. Then you chamber a live round, and now there's a rattle. Make sure it's clear. So, anyway, you hear that? That's what people don't like about these magazines. They jangle and jingle. So I give it a little bit of a wrap and it stops doing that. But when it's in the handgun with a round chambered, it's going to rattle no matter what. Now there's a video or two online with solutions to fix that, which involve crimping the magazine so the follower, and I'm just not going to mess with it, because what will happen is the follower will get stuck when I need it, and I'll be killed by somebody or something. So I'm not going to bother with that. But what we are going to do is we're going to take this down. And before I do that, take a look at the slide on this. I also like these little indentations here where, you can have your finger on here, and then when you're in position to hold it, you can put that right there. And I like to put my finger right on the front of the trigger guard and hold it really hard against my hand. I hold a very, very stiff grip. So anyway, there's very nice work on this. And I really like this. I did change the trigger spring, so it is altered to a lighter trigger pull, which is still a hard trigger pull, but not as hard as it was. So that was another factor in my decision on carrying this, is it has been modified somewhat. I'm not going to show you how to do that because YouTube doesn't allow that. And there are a whole bunch of accessories you can find with custom graphics, like a flag on here, or the "Don't Tread on Me" snake. And they also have ones where you can replace the magazine base with custom stuff, which is fine. But I don't put anything on here because it's just a fact that if you get something put on here, like on here it'll say "Born to Kill" or something like that, and then you're involved in the shooting and they have this as evidence, what are they going to show a jury in the courtroom that doesn't really know about guns, except the scary stuff the media told them? They're going to look on the bottom of your magazine where it says "Born to Kill" or "Shoot to Kill," you know, and they're just going to frame it like, you just wanted to kill somebody, didn't you? That's why you bought a gun. And they're just going to make you look bad. And that's just something easily avoidable by just not having it. So maybe it's because I'm over 50 and I don't care about all that cool stuff anymore. I don't know. But I'm more into the practical common sense. So on this side, I got Springfield, Massachusetts. So this may be a collector's item since Smith Wesson has left there, I guess. Or is it Connecticut they left? I don't know. Capable of firing with magazine removed. That's important to know. And so that's about all, I guess. I'll take it apart and talk about a couple things that are important. This is one of those ones where you have to do this first. Pull that slide down. And then once you do that, you can just pull the trigger and it'll slide right off. So in here, we get your basic polymer setup. Now, what I wanted to talk about, and this is really important, there's a lot of people online who are like, well, and here's the barrel, but they'll be online and they'll be like, they got a Polymer Guide Rod. Why did they have a Polymer Guide Rod? Son of a bitch, why did they do that? Well, there's a reason why they did that for this, and you can still buy these. And they're only like $5. They're really cheap. And the reason why they have the polymer one is a cost-cutting feature, of course. And it is reliable. It does work. But if you go buy one of those aftermarket stainless steel ones, which works, you're going to regret it, because I'll tell you why. Inside the frame, you can see where the guide rod sits. Okay, when it's in the gun. It's just sitting against this piece of polymer in here. There is no metal in here at all that this touches. And what happens is it sits against, I don't know if you can really see that, I hope so. But if you look down in there, in front of that little wall that I just had that in front of, there's two little like markings inside that this butt plate sits against in here. The problem is this polymer wall is going to give out and fail with a stainless steel guide rod, because this polymer one is designed to flex. It has give, and it was designed specifically for that frame that this has. So without that reinforced, you shouldn't use a stainless steel guide rod. Now, I purchased a stainless steel guide rod because I was going to use it, and then I researched it, and guess what I found? I found videos on YouTube where the gun failed. And what happened is that little wall broke and the frame cracked, which is very dangerous. So I'm not going to use it, because I know with the 40 caliber that's going to happen eventually. I'm not speaking about the 9mm. I don't know if that'll hold up sufficiently for that. I would not recommend customizing your firearm that way. That's just me. So I don't want anything to fail, especially when I need it to defend myself either. So that's always a risk with the polymer guide rod as well. So I don't know if there's a win scenario there or not, but I do know that the polymer guide rod isn't going to ruin a catastrophic failure of the firearm, rendering it useless. So that's just my reasoning on that. And I don't know if you agree with me or not. I don't know. But I do know that this is a very good quality components, very well built, and manufactured by Smith Wesson. I've been very happy with this. Got good rifling in there, as you can see. And clean firearm's a happy one. So anyway, I'll put this back together. And if you have any questions about this particular firearm, or you want to tell me I'm full of baloney, that's okay too. I'm pretty thick-skinned and realize that people have opinions, and I'm certainly not into censorship, so feel free to express any that you may have. And it's just a good firearm. I like it. It's got a nice strong extractor and ejector, and it's pretty damn good. Locks open like this. Now, I've seen videos online, because this resembles the slide on a Glock or something like that, and there'll be videos like the Smith Wesson SD40 VE, just as good as a Glock. No, it's not. I don't own a Glock. I've never owned a Glock, but I do know that Glocks are made well, reliable, and made better than this. But this is made well, and it's made to be economical and to function when you need it, and it accomplishes that. Is this a firearm you want to shoot every time you go to the range? No, because this type of firearm has a limited shelf life, and you shoot a whole ton of ammo through this, and it is not going to do like Mechanic TP9 SA and survive thousands of rounds. So, and it's the frame with that plastic inside I told you about. So it's a budget handgun, and it's made for a specific purpose, which it will do fine in that purpose. And so that's it. I just wanted to cover that firearm. It's very popular. A lot of people use this, especially in the 9mm, which is probably a better round to use for this than the 40, because this does have some recoil. But if you're used to shooting, it's very manageable. If you're a new shooter, probably not. You'd probably want the 9mm. But that being said, I do not regret buying this, and I do carry it safely, which is, I think, the most important thing on a self-defense firearm that you're going to carry is it going to function when you need it to? And are you going to hit what you're shooting at when you need to? And this accomplishes that. For me, anyway. Might not for you. I don't know. But I do like it. and it is good. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video on the Smith & Wesson SD40 VE. And feel confident in picking one of these up if you want to, because there's always somebody out there who says, oh, this is crap, this is garbage, and you could probably get it from them for $150, $200 now, used. And go ahead and pick one up. Wouldn't hurt. Keep it in your glove box if your state allows you to do that, like mine does, and whatnot. So I guess that's it. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching. And check out my other videos if you want. I have various firearms ranging from the Mini 14s to a Chinese-made shotgun, which I didn't know that it was made in China when I bought it. If I had known that, I wouldn't have bought it, but I did. But it's a good shotgun. So I got all kinds of videos, so check them out. Thank you very much. Subscribe if you want to. It's not monetized, so it doesn't put anything in my pocket. But it certainly is nice to be part of a community and talk about firearms. So enjoy and have a good day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.